let's talk about one period of the India Today Conclave where there was a lot of confidence and agreement of views. Now, a large part of the second day of the India Today Conclave belonged to the youth. They talked about what the young are most intrinsically connected with, the issue of change, reality versus idealism. Well, upcoming Bollywood actor Asin represented art forms among a panel of youth leaders, including fellow young actor Ranbir Kapoor and Congress MP Dipender Hooda. Asin told Headlines Today's Sunil Jha, without mincing words, that it's extremely difficult to bring idealism and reality together in the film industry. But the results, if successful, are well worth it.
You watched her in Gajini and now she's with us. Asin, you spoke a lot about the fact that, ideals are very difficult to keep. In practice, it's very difficult. You as an actor, especially Bollywood, people talk, that without any kind of a compromise with your ideals or your principles, you cannot grow. Is that true with Bollywood as far as you are concerned?
That is exactly what I was speaking at the conclave today. We had the topic of change as in regards to reality versus idealism. And Rahul had put forward a question to me, which is exactly kind of what you were asking me too. Yes, I think if you have to look at it, I'm not being cynical, I'm not being pessimistic, but if you look at it frankly, you can't be completely idealistic. You need to find out how much of an idealist you can be in the situation that you're in, and survive in whatever field that you're in. In case of Bollywood, yes, you can stick to your ideals. Definitely yes, and you determine the limit of that and how much you can take it forward. So that was what I said in my speech.
Is it possible, because people do not believe, that Bollywood, without actually compromising with your ideals, you can actually grow? That's a perception. We do not know the reality. No one really knows. You think that, is it true that if you have to succeed in Bollywood, for a newcomer like Asin to succeed in Bollywood, is it really important to keep your ideals aside, keep your principles aside, compromise in life, and then grow? Only that's the only way of, that's the only precondition of growing. Is that's the truth, reality position?
See, it depends on what you call compromises. There can be anything that can come under compromises, but you have to be clear on what you mention as compromises. If I have to answer that question, then that would be quite a lengthy answer. But no, you can stick to your ideas, which is what I am doing. I take up projects which I believe in, and I would work with teams that I would like to work with, and therefore I'm labelled as choosy. And there are certain fallouts for that aspect, which I was mentioning before too, which is there's not enough visibility, lesser PR coverage, like I'd said, and a lot of other criteria too. Lesser so-called industry friends that you make, but those are choices that you have to make depending on your priorities and your ideals and what you want in life. Yeah.
And if you want to have a fair game, want to completely do the job with full fairness, is it possible to do it?
Yes, definitely.
That's what you think?
I think definitely. So far I've been doing that, yes.
Okay. For those who want to make a career in Bollywood, it's equally important because perceptions are very different, reality may be very different. You are from the industry, I am not, so I may think something else, you may actually know the reality. You think for those who want to make a new career, make a career in Bollywood, there's a space for all those who come from middle class family, educated well, the parents are all been working. For them, principles are very important. They cannot have their kids compromise on their basic principles, which they have lived up to. You think a middle class girl or a boy has a chance that he can make it big with his own terms and conditions, the way you are doing it. Make it big.
Yes, I think so. I don't think that it has got anything to do with the background that you're from. If you're talented, then you will make it big. And if it's destined for you, yes, definitely.
And is talent the only criteria which is there, or is it beyond that?
I think talent is a very important criteria. It's a very good question that you asked. But in the special case of the industry that we are talking about, which is films, we also do require the X factor. That can be defined as a lot of things. You can call that luck. You can call that well wishes of the people around you, of your friends. You can call that blessings of God Almighty or the blessings of your parents. But whatever that is, whatever you can attribute that X factor to, you need that too to survive.
One last question, Asin. For Asin to make it big, to see her reach the top slot, numero uno, everyone thinks of that. What is that one thing which is plus with her and which she is confident and that can change her destiny and make her number one without keeping the reality in mind?
I don't know. I've not figured out a formula. I've not really analyzed as a case study. I just go with my instinct, what I feel, a gut feeling. So I've not really specifically analyzed. I think definitely a factor that I would work in favor of me would be my confidence, and to do what I believe in, and my actions would stand in accordance to that. So I think that would help me.
That the way industry is, and you think you can actually have a strong chances of succeeding in making big?
I'm somebody who thinks very positively, and I think that good things happen to good people. So I think, yeah, it would work out.
Thank you. So that's quite frank with your opinion. But yes, it's being said a lot about Bollywood and the way it is. It's rather said it's much easy said than done. Let's see where Asin reaches, and if she does what she is saying, then it's a big story for all those who are trying to make a career with all fairness in Bollywood. Sunil Jha in New Delhi for Headlines.